Hi Libra, this is going to be your love and life message for the second week of October, like the 11th through the 14th. Good for Sun, Rising, Moon, Venus, or Mercury placement of Libra. As always, keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. I only read for Libra and Sagittarius on this channel. If you're looking for readings for all 12 zodiac signs, check out my other channel called Soma Chandra Tarot. Link to my website for private readings is down in the description below. I am filling up pretty quickly for October. Fall special is still going on, you guys, okay? So if you want a private reading, check out the website. Right, let's begin. This is kind of an interesting message. I feel like you guys are praying a lot right now. I feel like you're shifting shape. You're beginning to change. I think you've had to shift shape to fit in a certain situation, but I feel like you want more change and growth in your life. Spirit wants you to know that the universe does have a plan. I used 3 oracle decks too to get the overall vibe of the reading. To illuminate what energy I'm picking up on, tarot will tell us the details. Soulmate, attached, but then unhealthy patterns ask for guidance. The universe does have a plan. Oh, illumination is coming. Pay attention to the details, growth, and expansion. Pay attention to the details, Libra. You could get some illumination. The universe does have a plan. I think that you feel like, I noticed this. I really hate that there's a lock in, like a padlock on the soulmate card. I think that's kind of fucked up, to be honest. I have a soulmate and I'm not attached to that person like that. With attached and soulmate, I think you feel very attached to a person, but you need to ask for some guidance at this time, or this person needs guidance. Despite the strong attachment, you know, like padlock kind of attachment, there's been something unhealthy. An unhealthy pattern is being played out, or this person may have unhealthy patterns. I kind of get the sense that some of you feel like you're really stuck with a person. And it's been difficult for you. A lot of cards came out of my second oracle deck. Compassion, then boundaries, silence, judgment, and cleanse. Again, shapeshifters at the bottom of the deck, desire. Look at how she's looking at desire, you guys. Like, this person's like, I want that in my life. I want passion. I want desire. I want something different. I want something beautiful. I want something that excites me in this way, either love, sex, romance, or just anything in life. Look how, I just noticed how she's looking at it. That's really important to you, I think, at this point. I think some of you have tried to be very compassionate in a relationship. At this time, you have very strong boundaries. And you're choosing silence. There's silence being chosen. It's like, have you been compassionate? Yes. But at this point, you're keeping your mouth shut and drawing a line. I think you and this person, every time you do deal with each other, it turns into this. These two have been put in time out by God. Y'all have to sit there and look at each other until you figure it out. I think you're kind of tired of that. You really want to cleanse. You definitely want to cleanse. I'm impressed that you're still trying to be compassionate. Like, it's hard to be compassionate when there's so much judgment between yourself and another person. I think you just don't, I keep hearing, I just don't want to feel this way anymore. I feel like silence is the best thing I can do with this person. But you want something different. You want to change, for sure. A lot of major arcana here. The overall energy of the person coming towards you is the Hierophant. They have Taurus energy. The way they feel is Temperance. They see you as the 5 of Swords. Okay, there's something interesting going on between the two of you. What you need to know, or your advice, is the Hangman, and the final outcome is the Moon. Heavy emotions right now. I think you and another person, I think someone plays games with you. I think they give you the silent treatment. And I think if you live in close proximity to them, you both walk around in the house pissed off at each other. I hear little games being played with communication, like cold shoulder. Someone's giving the other person the cold shoulder. They say something shitty that pisses you off, but you keep it to yourself. I think you're trying really hard not to blow up at them. I see an anger and a need to avoid them. And I feel like the Hangman is your advice. So I clarified this quite a bit. The Hierophant, you could be dealing with someone with Taurus in your chart, but doesn't have to be that sign. Clarifying this is the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Devil. I wanted to know what the Devil was, and I got 3 more cards to come out. The Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Three of Swords. So Capricorn here, your energy of Libra here. Okay, well, first of all, when I get Tarot 101, at least how I read it, when I get the Hierophant and the Devil with the Ten of Cups, and then I get these clarifying cards of the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, this is toxic patterns. This is generational trauma. Generational toxic patterns, I think. Someone might have been married to someone that they didn't love. They were stuck in a toxic scenario. It hurt them badly. I heard immediately, though, that someone comes from, this is like generational trauma. And it's unhealthy family pattern here. But with the Hierophant, this is like patriarchal or matriarchal. The Hierophant is the system and the rules and the way it's always been done. This is a tradition. The Hierophant is being part of something greater than yourself. It is a family card, a marriage card, and a commitment card. But there is kind of a stuffiness to the Hierophant. You've got to do it the way it's always been done. This person does think about that, Libra, but they also don't want to see it. I feel like this could be a family member. If it's not a family member, I think that you might be dealing with a person that's like, when they stand there and think about it, they know what really went down. I feel like this is very personal for this person. It may be affecting you, but I feel like this is just something you need to know about them. It's like, look how she doesn't want to see the Devil. This person doesn't want to see the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. This person struggles to deal with pain. I mean, this is an overall vibe, so you could be feeling this way too. Like for some of you struggle to see some of the ancestral patterns that have been played out in your family. This person struggles to see those things as well. It's difficult for them. They linger in it, though, with the Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, this happened to this person quite some time ago, but they've never gotten over it. Interesting. This could have happened with their parents. Yeah, very painful. It hurt, but again, with the Eight of Swords and the Devil, they don't want to see it. They don't want to see the patterns that they might have grown up in. The way this person feels is Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Clarifying this is the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Swords. I don't feel like the Queen of Swords is you. I feel like it's a feminine energy around you. This person might be older than you. She could be a mother figure, possibly. So I definitely think with the Hermit and Temperance, this person does not have a lot to say right now. They do search their soul. They're trying to be calm and aloof. I'm feeling Temperance right now looks kind of stuck up. Withdrawn, you might have stood your ground with them and it pissed them off. There definitely has been anger between the two of you. I'm also sensing that someone will communicate in this aloof, I'm not talking to you, stonewalling kind of way. There is definitely anger here between the two of you. I think that you have power struggles with this person, for sure, because they're seeing you as the Five of Swords, and that Judgment card came out. It's really difficult when it gets to this place. So they see you as the Five of Swords. You're mad at them. They're mad at you. Clarifying this, though, is the Seven of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Tower. Okay, as mad as you are, I'm seeing like two people. I'm actually seeing it super clearly. So at least one or two of you are really psychic. Like I can see your home. I can even smell your kitchen. Like you say something shitty to each other and you turn around and go, what did you just say to me? And then they ignore you and pretend they didn't say anything. And you're like, fuck you, I heard you. Yeah, whatever. Like I hear swearing, anger, mad, but it's like all under your breath. And I feel like a part of you is like, what am I doing here? F this. Like, I don't need to take this. I'm hearing like, I don't need to take this. I can blow all this apart right now. Like some of you are getting to where, I feel like this is you, where you're like, I've had just about enough of this. I've had just about enough of this and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I have to make a practical move. The next thing you do, though, could cause quite a bit of chaos. I also think you're having some realizations. You feel the need to keep it to yourself. I know that you don't want to do this because of the cleanse card. Like it's judgment and you're trying to be quiet. You know, the boundaries, like I think you've been compassionate though for quite some time, but now you're like, no, if I open my mouth, if I don't draw the line now and I don't keep quiet and go off and spend some time by myself. I just heard Airbnb. Some of you, who's going to a car show? Someone's going to a car show or to the beach. You're going to go stay by yourself. It's like, you know that every time you don't have boundaries, like it just turns into this and the Five of Swords and them trying to get the last word and then being aloof and stuck up. It's like, I keep hearing someone say, I just don't want to feel this way anymore. Like, get this off of me. Get this nasty feeling off of me. I want to shape shift. I want to move towards something I desire. And now you're like, God, how do I get out of this? Here's what you need to know. I have 2 cards of Pisces here. Pisces has been retrograding. It's going to retrograde until December. It's like having to face like revisionist history, fantasies, dreams lost. It's just been tough with Neptune retrograding, not Pisces, Neptune's retrograding. So a lot of Piscean energy coming out here. The Hangman, clarifying this, is the 10 of Wands, Strength, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is your advice. Often it's what you need to know about the other person, but I feel like this is advice to you. This cycle is going to play out for an undetermined amount of time, but it's up to you to be the change that you want to see. You need to go with the flow and focus on what you do have control over, but the wheel is like the next decade of your life or an undetermined amount of time. As a fortune teller, I kind of hate when the wheel comes out. Other tarot readers have a different relationship with the wheel. That's my relationship with the wheel. 10 of Wands and Strength. You have put up with a lot and you might have to put up with it a little bit longer. The Hangman is like, I just keep hearing like radical acceptance. Like you just need to figure out a way to stay strong and release that which you cannot change. But if you hang here and you surrender, you may realize something could be different if you were willing to make a sacrifice of some kind, Libra. You might not have been willing to make it up until now. This is going to be a heavy burden for you, and it's going to take you strength, and it's just like you don't know when this is going to end. Some of you have unknowingly put yourself in this scenario with this person that's attached themselves to you, but there's this unhealthy pattern. That's why I think ask for guidance came out. Spirit wants you to ask for help here. They don't think your guides, I feel like your guides are saying, look, we see how strong you are. Whenever I get the 10 of Wands and Strength, someone is quite the sustainer. My, can't you take a lot of shit on your back? No wonder you're resentful. And I feel like this is a person that constantly triggers you and tries to get the last word. I also think that they think they're better than you. I also think they use religion, politics, old ways, like antiquated, outdated stuff. Because when I get the Hierophant and the Devil, that's like a religious system that's oppressive, an oppressive family system that's like outgrown and needs like Aquarian energy. It needs to change. I do feel like an angel is here trying to help you guys keep the peace, but it's like, you don't know how long this is going to go on. I think you're seeing something for what it really is too. But the Moon is here. The radical acceptance just leads you to a place where it's like heavy for you. Things are not as they seem. I think it's going to be a very emotional time for you. I also think this person might be having heavy emotions as well. I think that they know to a degree like why they are the way they are, but you trigger them and they trigger you. But I also get this distinct impression that this person has a problem, like a mental health issue, possibly like narcissism, or maybe not that, but something's difficult. They came from a place that was unhealthy and they know it, but they don't want to know it. I think this person does see some stuff from your point of view. They just don't want to admit it. I also think moving forward, like the middle of the month, it's going to be heavy for you. You're going to be hanging in there. You're listening to your intuition, trying to figure out what to do. And I think with the Hangman again, so much Pisces here. Some of you have a Chiron in Pisces, maybe. It's like you feel stuck and you don't quite know how to get out of it. Someone feels stuck and they don't know how to get out of it. Yeah, and I don't know that it's entirely, I don't think this person is stuck and not knowing how to get out of it. I know they're trapped in some strange memories from the past. Painful, because the Six of Cups is here. Yeah, something about childhood. The Queen of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody had a mother that wasn't always nice and worked a lot. This person's overall energy using the Chakra Oracle deck: impasse, victim, dissipating, isolation. This person might be older with dissipating. This person isolates themselves. This person is at an impasse in some way. They're not quite sure what to do next. They certainly see themselves in the role of the victim. They don't look like it here. They may think you're mean to them, but they're dissipating and they're isolated. They are, because I have the Hermit and the Moon over here too. I think this person kind of knows. I almost think this person might think you're about to make some kind of a major change, and they're mad about that. But this person's overall tarot is the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the Hermit. This person does isolate and they are depressed. They lack clarity. They're very emotional. They hide out. They hide. But here's the other thing. This person is multifaceted. With the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Swords, they take quite a bit for granted. They'll also lie in a pinch. I also think that they mess with you and F with you. I'm hearing like a dissipating parent that's starting to act like a child. It could be an ex or something, or I don't know. All I know is I see two people that I think are in close proximity to each other that are irritated with each other, that are starting to like fuck with each other. This person messes with you. Like, I just heard someone, oh, it's so weird. I'm seeing it. Like, someone hides your favorite stuff in the kitchen so you don't know where it is, and then they pretend they don't know anything about it. Or like they eat the last of something and then they won't tell you. They do play duck and weave. This person may have a weight or a health problem. And if they have a health problem, they have got to get diagnostic testing. It is a tricky and sneaky diagnosis. I also am hearing that this person pretends to forget things when they don't, when they are not forgetting. If they have a physical diagnosis of some kind, they might be exaggerating, hiding something from you, but something could be wrong that you don't know about, that they don't know about. I also think that if this person, I'm also hearing someone on a restrictive diet, they're not supposed to eat certain things. They sneak off and eat what they want, or they spend too much money. They have an indulgent side for sure. And they see themselves as a victim and they really isolate. For whatever reason, you seem very attached to this person. Now, this could be a person that you really care about, but they have unhealthy patterns. They might not be mad at you. They might be trying to tell you some stuff that pisses them off. Like, I'm hearing that someone maybe vents to you and you're like, look, I'm going to tell you what I really think. And they're like, fuck you, I didn't want you to give me advice. And you're like, well, I'm tired of you whining to me. Like, there's tension between the two of you. someone does need to address the unhealthy patterns and get advice for sure. And I think you're just tired of having to deal with it. I can tell you are. Your cards are different. Similar difficulty, but different. Self-worth, acceptance, perseverance, but despondence. Prayer is at the bottom of the deck. There's been trickery. You're trying to get over it. I know that you guys are praying quite a bit right now. Even those of you that don't pray very often, like you're praying at this point. Well, I think you're absolutely kind of disgusted at this point. I think you're sick of this person getting all the attention, acting like a child. You feel despondent, and yet you've accepted something and you just keep going. It's messing with your self-worth, and it's just sort of, I feel like this situation and relationship is just sucking the life out of you and pisses you off, and yet you just keep on doing it. You just keep on doing it. This will happen for an undetermined amount of time unless you see how you got stuck. Some of you are stuck. Some of you are like stuck taking care of like a dissipating parent or a debilitated person. Something difficult's happening here. And you just feel like all you can do is just accept it. Like, yeah, this is how my life is. It just sucks. I just have to put up with this. I don't know, Libra. Desperate times call for desperate measures, because I can see that you're trying to, yeah, okay. Some of you really want to do something different that will make you happy and free you. However, it's stressful, so you hold back. This woman, it might be I feel like it's a woman. She has a jealous side too, but you do see yourself as free. And you're listening to your intuition. Some of you are thinking about money and finances and how to invest more, but you're very paranoid. You don't want anybody to know how well you're doing financially. I'm hearing some of you are keeping money a secret as well. Your cards overall, Libra, are the World, a lot of life review, the Ten of Wands. This is overwhelming for you. The Four of Swords, it's stressful. You're not going to do anything right now, but Judgment. Spirit's like, the hell you're not. Don't be a martyr, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And I know that that's hard to hear, but when you just accept the status quo, when you want more and you just persevere. My grandmother used to say, nobody ever gets into heaven for being a doormat. Some of you have just been like putting up with a situation. Some of you are thinking about moving as well. I feel like the World is life review. The portal is here for you to go through, but I feel like you can't go through it. You just need to just chill out. But Spirit's saying, listen to your own best judgment. I wanted to know what judgment was, and I got the Eight of Cups to the Star. You can walk away and free yourself. I think that some of you think you can't because of that soulmate attached card, like with the padlock attached. Some of you feel like you can't walk away, but Spirit's saying, actually, you can. You can literally walk away. All the way walk away, and you can have a renewal and a freedom. It's time to break a glass ceiling instead of just putting up with it, Libra. Spirit wants you to put something behind you. I get the sense that some of you are dealing with a person that like you've had to be compassionate but also have boundaries with them for a reason. And I saw a lot of like stuff about the past. You know, if you're dealing with a person that's a family member or even a relationship where you're worried about leaving someone out in the cold, there are some things you can do, but you may need to ask for guidance so that you don't have to constantly like think of ways to cleanse and cleanse yourself of judgment and other people's judgments and stuff like that. This doesn't look like the most constructive, happy relationship. And I see a lot of tension and fighting. So you know what? I'm going to do an extended mostly because of this. Because when we have fives, we're close to change. Conflict, yes. Loss, yes. Always change with the five. I am going to do an extended because I want to see what this is for you. And I want to see, like, this is spirits telling me this is going to go on for an undetermined amount of time. You've gotten yourself in a situation that's going to go on for an undetermined amount of time. I'm wondering if something's going to happen to keep it from being this way. I'd like a little bit further information about the person in your energy. If you feel like you need the extended, the link to that will be at the top of the description below. Have good boundaries right now, Libra, okay? And just know that you don't have to just stay in the situation and accept it and persevere if it's heavy. Spirit believes you can have freedom, and I believe it too. I've gotten myself out of situations like this. I don't know how I did it, but I did do it. All right, link to the extended and my website are in the description below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, my dear Libra. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.